Welcome everyone to the BV Sports Show. I'm Dumpy. To my left, my co-host 0161 Dre.
Yes, what's going on, people?
And we've got a very special guest with us today. His name is Adrian Clifton.
What's happening, people?
Welcome to the BV Sports Show.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming, man.
Nice.
Where do we even start? Where do we even finish with this one? Because this is going to be a very interesting one, to be fair. But before we start, like, share, subscribe. Right. We're going to start off. Let's start from young.
Where do you want to start?
Boy, we see that Wenger used to look at you like he was going to be the next Henry. Talk to us.
Once upon a time, still. Yeah. Funny you say, it's funny you say that because I thought that as well. But yeah, it didn't really happen like that. Where you want me to start? What, like from being at Arsenal? Or
yeah. So how did you fall in love with football?
How I couldn't tell you. To be honest, I couldn't tell you how I fall in love with it. It's one of them things. It's just who I was. Like I woke up, I love football. Like I've always loved football. You know, you see kids now just walking around with a ball. Everything they do is football. I was one of them children. Mm-hmm. I couldn't tell you where it come from. If I'm honest, I think it's a bit genetic, you know, a bit hereditary. Like my dad liked football. My dad was into football. My nan, all the boys in my mum's side of the family, everyone kicks balls. It's a hereditary thing. So yeah, that's how I got into it.
And then how did you get into like Arsenal? How did that come about?
I was playing for my school team, Princess May, in Hackney, and my PE teacher, Miss McCree, she must have said to me one time, like, "Bro, like you're so good at football, I need to get you like into a team." And I was like, "Yeah." Obviously, I was gassed. Yeah, and she took me to Hackney District. Where is that? Knew him.
Yeah, knew him. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, did you play for the district?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I went to the district, done a little trial on that, got into the team, and I started playing for Hackney. So that was my first team, first like official team. Other than that, it was all in the ends, football pitch. Never done anything. No pre-academy, academy, nothing before then. Anyway, and then playing for Hackney, we was just smashing up everything, winning everything. So as you know, the scouts always coming to the finals, semi-finals.
Yeah.
One day, remember Douglas Air Sports Centre? You man might be too young for that.
Yeah.
Douglas Air Sports. That's where we played our home games.
Mm-hmm.
And I must have been eating the food in the cafeteria after the game. I don't know, slap 2 or something. And I was actually subbed. The game they come to, I actually started on the bench.
Oh, you was a striker, right?
I was playing up front at the time, yeah. And I think it was the semi-final. And I don't know why I was on the bench. I was just on the bench. And I come and won the game in the cafeteria. Like they must have pulled me, like on a like I was sitting down with the boys eating, and they come sat on the table we was on, and one of them just goes, "Adrian," I look like, yeah. He's like, "How would you like to come play for Arsenal against Crystal Palace tomorrow?" I was like, "Huh?"
Yeah, what a question.
What? I was like, "Well, of course I'd like to do that." And then he said to me, "This is bad actually, because it can make it look bad." He was like, "Yeah, we tried to speak to your manager, but he said we couldn't speak to you because your parents were there. But like, he wouldn't represent you."
Mm.
Oh, wow.
So my mum didn't come to my games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he's like, "So we're just telling you, innit, do you want to come?" He's like, "Where do you live?" Told him where I live. I don't live far from the stadium. So he's like, "Come to the stadium at this time." I come. He's like, "Bring your parent." But that was never going to happen. My mum will never come. So I come, but I went to the wrong entrance. So that I've come, so I've missed the boat. Like they've gone, probably waiting for me, didn't go. Didn't manage to find them. Because there was 2 entrances, and he told me to come to the main one, which was the big Arsenal fans.
Man United. I'm a Man United, unfortunately.
Man United.
Was the one where the statue is?
No. So I was thought about that. I'm talking about Highbury.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm talking
about Highbury, not even Emirates. But there was these big black doors. Anyway, I went there. No one was there. Went back to my team. Went back to Hackney next weekend. Played. They were like, they come to the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, where was you? I said, I come. Told them where I was. They're like, no, you need to come here. They're like, listen, we got Tottenham tomorrow. Like, come. Like, make sure you're there. Meet us at this time. I was like, I came. Boom. Went there. Met the minibus. Found them. It's just literally a different entrance.
Yeah.
And I'm one of them guys. I'm always early. So if you tell me a time, I'll be there before the time. And that's what I was. I was there before the time. So when it was 10 minutes over, 20 minutes over, I'm like, where are these lot? But I'm at a total different entrance. So I left, I missed it. But I come back the next week and I played Tottenham on the Sunday. Scored a hat-trick. Boom. First game, scored a hat-trick. Yeah, bam.
Wait, you was in year 7 them times?
No, I was still in year 6.
Oh, wow.
Still in primary school. So then after that, they signed me. But you know, them times there, I didn't really understand all that. They give me a contract, said, yeah, take that to your mum, get her to sign it and bring it back.
Bring it back.
Yeah, like, because like, she works, you know, I kept going football, I was going on my own. I just bopped there on my own. I was used to going to the Highbury Stadium. Like, it's different. I think back then to now, my age group, we used to that's why I go by ourselves.
Yeah.
You know
we used to just...
Yeah, we used to just go by ourselves. Like, hit the bus and just go, like. And in the mad, because them days there, I never had maps and all them things.
No,
like.
nothing.
But yeah, that's how I signed for them. And then yeah, the rest was, and then the journey was the journey.
How long was you at Arsenal for?
I was there from under 11 to just before Scholar.
On the 16s.
Yeah, just before Scholar got released. I never forget that convo.
But how was it like when you was at Arsenal now? What sort of players? Who was you with?
Do you know what? Yeah, a lot of people ask me this question there, and it might sound bad, but you know, like I didn't really remember players like that unless you were my boy. You know, on numbers, I felt like I was the best. Like, it really, yeah, he was not. Yeah, that was my attitude. That's just how it was. So like my age group, obviously I remember there's a lot of boys that I played with that went on to have some very good careers, like Jay Simpson, Hal Robson Canoe. Like he's the one that scored that, you know, for Wales.
Yeah, the Welsh striker.
Who else was younger than me? I remember people like J. Emmanuel Thomas.
Yeah.
Sanchez Watt. Chooks.
Chooks and Ike.
Yeah, all that. Like, there's a few others as well. Who else? Jack Walsh. I remember when he signed. Who above me? What's my man's name? The right back.
Gavin Hoyt or Justin Hoyt?
No, Gavin Hoyt. I remember Gavin Hoyt. Justin Hoyt as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who else? I don't think many players that I played with actually went on to go and have a long Arsenal career. Probably Jay. Jay probably played the most. Jay Simpson.
Okay.
Yeah. Who else? Obviously, I didn't really know. He was a bit younger than me, but I remember him. Who are the ones older than me? A few men went on to kickball. They didn't really have Prem. Maybe Jermaine Pennant. I remember Jermaine Pennant. But he's a lot older than me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I remember, one thing I do remember, I remember I hit 14 and then just started seeing bare foreigners. Bare man in, like, coming on child that can't talk English.
I do know that French one, Jermaine Ali.
I think he come a bit after I left, you know.
Okay.
I think we're similar ages, but I don't really remember him. But I remember there's this Portuguese boy, I don't remember his name. But when I mean this boy, it was bad. Come from Portugal, couldn't talk English. Bad, wicked. Had an agent and all them things there. Well, you know, like, I'm like 13, yeah. You got agent. You know, he's like 12 or something like that. I'm like, you got agent, what's an agent? Like, you know, all them sort of things. But when I got to about 13, 14, I started seeing men from other countries start coming into the team and stuff. And you know what? One player that trialed with us that at the time didn't get in. What's his name? Striker. He played for Concord. And they went to play for Newcastle. Light skin man. Striker, little short one.
Leon Best.
No man, he's young. He's my age. What's his name, man?
Dwight Gill.
Oh,
he was on trial Arsenal?
Dwight Gill, bro. I see Bagger man come through like Arsenal. So back then, Arsenal was the best academy, innit? Best team, like best club.
So you must have seen so many players come on trial.
I see loads, bro. I see loads come and go. Some moved on, and like Dwight Gill, for example, he was he got turned down a few times.
Oh, wow.
He went on to have a sick career.
Yeah.
And he was sick. Yeah, I mean,
even Yaya Toure came on trial, all these big names.
Yeah. He was a lot older though, and I was done by then.
Okay.
Yeah, I was at the door way before then. He was a pro then. Yeah, I mean, he weren't young when he come. Yeah. He come at the same time Colo did.
Okay.
Straight to the first team, yeah. It's mad, you man. I'm probably like, that's not your generation.
Like, it's fascinating, but the names you've thrown out there, I'm thinking, right, like, you wouldn't.
Played against good players as well. Played against one that stood out for me was Theo Walcott.
Southampton.
Yeah. We played for Southampton. Like when we used to play against them, bro, it was different still.
It was off.
Yeah, if the ball goes over the top, it's long, bro. It's long. Who else did I play against that was cold? Theo was one that really sticks out. There was a boy that played for Tottenham. His name was Jamie. I don't remember his surname.
O'Hara.
No, not Jamie O'Hara. He's a year above me. So Jamie O'Hara was at Arsenal when I was there. He was a year above me.
Okay.
Or 2 years or something like that. I can't remember this guy's name. I don't even know why I mentioned it, but it was cold. I couldn't even tell you his name.
So how did you deal with so when you find out you're not gonna get a scholarship, how do you deal with like the rejection?
Do you know what?
And what was your next steps?
Tough. It was tough for me because the year before, no, the same year, sorry, I got England were coming to watch me. The England schoolboys. And I was getting pulled in the office saying, yeah, like England's watching you. They're really well. They're down today. We got Chelsea. We're playing Chelsea, but another big team. They're like, just to let you know, like England's come to watch you today. And I'm like, what? Gassed. So go and play us bag 2 or something. Got MOM. It's on stuff. I was playing centre mid by this time now.
Okay.
Yeah, they moved me to centre mid. I started as a striker. Then I went right wing. Then centre back. It didn't happen for me there. Put me centre mid. And then I kind of like started making my way there. And so that year, I remember like, I got called up for a trial to go for the England schoolboys under 15s. And went down there, went to Lillyshaw. And that was like the England, where all the camps were, England team used to go. Now it's St. George's.
St. George's Park.
St. George's Park, yeah. Went down there. And even there, like, bro, it's around bare players. Like, a lot of them, this is what I'm saying, I don't really remember, man. I weren't even looking at that guy.
You didn't care about X, Y, Z. You were just focusing on yourself.
I care about myself. That's how I was. And where was I? What was I talking about? I do that a lot.
At the, it was at the camp.
No, so yes, that's
Schoolboys.
it. Boom. So that same year, I'm getting called up to go to the England for trial and come to because they do it over four trials. Yeah, I'm up there in England in the setup doing all that, and then I got released that same year. Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, it's mad.
So like I had my meeting, and they said to me that they're releasing me, and I was like, huh? Like, I'm captain. I've been captain all my years. I've been here. Like I'm like, huh? What? Like, what's going on? And they're like, yeah. Like, the thing is, I went for a growth spurt and I kind of lost my pace. So I used to be like top 5 quickest in the team. Then I went to bottom 5, slowest, like through my growth spurt.
Oh, wow.
So I went from being like the average height to just shooting up above everyone else. And I never really got that sort of pace back. And that's what they always said, like you've lost your pace. The thing is that you would never see it in the game. I'd never get run past or anything like that, because I'm always quick over a short distance. But what I understand now is that when you look at it from their perspective, yeah, I might be one of the better players in the team, but when I go into the older group and how am I going to be with these? I don't have the pace for this
to maintain.
Am I as good as these? No. So they need it's tick box, pace, dynamic, this technical ability. The pace box weren't ticked anymore. Do you get what I'm saying? And like I was like on this Thierry thing, so I modelled my game off of him, even though they moved me to centre mid. And yeah, once I lost my pace, that's what they were saying. Like basically they're releasing me. But when he said to me straight away, he was like, he pulled out a folder and he opened it and he said, this club, named about 5 clubs they've been in contact to because they've pulled it out on some system that you're being released, and then Chelsea, Tottenham, West Ham, Bristol. He's reading off these teams. I'm looking at him like, well, all these teams want me, but you don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
So it was one of them ones. It didn't make sense. And I think that rejection coming from like, childhood. Yeah. That rejection from childhood, all that trauma, it sort of like brought all that up and it made it even worse. So now what I had was, an anger towards football. my thing was, well, if I ain't playing for Arsenal, I don't want to play football. Why would I want to play football for anyone else? I'm Arsenal. So I was one of them kids that when Arsenal lost, I cried. I had tears in my eyes, you know, all them man there. Like every time Arsenal played at home, my man was there on the gate, looking through the peeping through the thing, climbing the tree, trying to see the game. Players coming out, I'm signing and getting every week I get the same different magazine sign. I take it home, just leave it there, get a new one, same players, you know, like I was on that. So like I couldn't see past Arsenal. So yeah, being rejected, being released from Arsenal was tough. It was tough still, but I eventually went to West Ham. Went to West Ham because one of the Arsenal coaches, he left Arsenal and went to West Ham. Heard I got released. He called me and was like, "Come to West Ham." Went to West Ham. Was playing there for a bit. Played at Upton Park a couple of times. Doing my thing there. I was good. I felt like I was the best player there, if I'm honest. And they said to me, "Oh, like this is the thing." When I went there, the end of the season. Yeah, then you have a summer break, but I don't understand all this when I'm a kid. No. They're saying, "Oh, in 6 weeks, that come back." I'm like, "What do you mean come back? Like, are you signing me?" But I remember I'm doing this journey on my own. I got no one
mentoring
understanding what's going on. You get what I'm saying? So that, even in that 6 weeks, the coach gave me a
job. Yeah,
a job. He gave me a job. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Labouring. So he was keeping me close, trying to look after me. Obviously, he knew I was from Hackney. Bit vulnerable to certain things, you know how it goes. So he's trying to keep me busy. I was working a job and all that. But then the guy I was working with said I stole his phone. Like, stealing phones. By them times there, I was selling drugs. I was selling weed. I was doing a little weed thing, nothing major. But I didn't need to steal a phone. You know what I'm saying? And I fell out with that guy, which in turn led to the West Ham coach, his business. He just said, "Look, don't come back to the job. Like, just come back to when West Ham are back in, let's go and take it from there."
Yeah.
But I took that as him believing my man, because I felt like I got punished. Cause I remember I was getting £20 a day. That was, even though I was selling a little weed, that was good money, £20 a day. I was working every day. Do you get what I'm saying? And then I felt like he took my man's side over mine, innit?
Yeah.
And then so then what that done is made me feel like, oh, I don't trust you now. Boom, boom, boom. Again, a bit of rejection. You know, like when your mum telling you stuff, that something happened in the house and it weren't you, but they're telling you it was you.
Yeah, that's it.
So it's like, you're getting punished for it, but I didn't even do it. You know, it felt like one of them things. So when it's time to go back to West Ham, he's calling me. I'm like, what? Fuck you, man. Like, come back. Like, you know, like, what? You chose my man over me type of thing. Not knowing that I'm blocking whatever blessing I got coming, you get what I'm saying? And then, so that was done with West Ham. He kept calling me. I just ignored him. So you reckon if you had someone guiding you, you would have answered and you would have eventually... it's been I'd have had a different perspective. Journey. You know what I'm saying? Because that weren't the only time. I think after the West Ham thing now, I think I'm in year 11 now. And I'm bunning weed. I'm on the road hard now. I'm gone from the weed to the hard drugs. And I'm bunning weed and I'm carrying knives and all this sort of foolishness. And I remember one teacher in my school was like, he was part of the Broadwater Farm setup, Colonel, yeah. And he was like, "What's going on with you, man? Like, what you doing? You're kicking ball, like, you're too good to not be playing," type of thing. And he was like, "Look, there's a game tonight at Broadwater Farm. Come." I was like, "I ain't got my boots." Boom, he talked to the people in the school, said to my head teacher, he needs to go home, get his boots. Went and got my boots, come back. They let me leave the school, get my boots and come back. Played the game, done my thing. I can't remember who we played. I didn't even start. I remember Classford, he's like the guy that runs Broadwater Farm. He didn't know me. No one told him that I was at Arsenal or anything like that. Just turned up, this random little boy. And he brought me on second half and I just battered it up, boom. There was an agent there. He took me to Norwich. Took me to Norwich. Went on trial for Norwich.
That's when they just got promoted to the Prem, I think.
This is when they were Prem. But Norwich had like one of the best academies as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, back then. And best setup as well. Went there. When I went there, like a lot of the boys already knew me because I've been playing against them. And played one game. That was it. Want to sign you. Nah, I had to move to Norwich. We talk about moving up here, talking about giving me a foster parent and all this. I'm like, huh? Foster parent? Wait, what? What's all this?
Someone like that's
Like,
from where we're
at
from.
first,
innit? Yeah.
this is the thing. They said they'll move my mum. There's like, we're moving family out here. Ask my mum, what? I ain't moving nowhere. What are you talking about? No, I ain't going nowhere. Cool. Went back to them. Mum said she's not moving. Okay, cool. We'll give you a foster parent. Everyone would now know that as the digs, innit?
The digs, yeah.
But when I was doing this thing, bro, no one knew about all that. That was foreign. You see, like now, like your age group, for example, the boys know the journey. They've seen the path. They've seen it on TV.
Yeah.
They know all the players that are playing now. They know what they've done. They've seen it on Instagram. None of that weren't around when I was young. You get me? And they're like foster parent. And then I'm thinking, again, go back to them childhood traumas of, you know, when I used to run away a lot, innit? Yeah. So, you know, when I used to threaten my mum, I want to phone the thing, foster parent, I want to go foster. Go on then. She said to me, call my bluff, you get me? These times, that's how I wouldn't do it. I'm thinking, what? You don't care? Like, you don't know? And then, so when they're saying foster parent, I'm like, huh? Foster parent? I don't know foster parent. You know, I've been threatening my mum with that my whole life. And, you know, like, I ain't going to tell foster parent. And then, so that was my sort of attitude towards it. But the agent was on me, bro. He was on me. He wouldn't stop ringing me. What happened was, got into a little madness with someone from Broadwater Farm. But that person didn't know me at the time. I knew who he was because I used to come to the centre. Obviously, I should see all the man then, bro. We used to go there. There's like 40 man under the have you seen Broadwater Farm? 40 man in the bottom of the building, bro.
Yeah,
like,
it's camping.
Yeah, camping. Obviously, at the time, this was all man them. We was all young, innit? I wasn't the enemy. I just come to kick ball. Everyone was on this ball team. Man them knew me. Yeah? And this person, he wouldn't have known me. He's a bit older than me. And then, but I remember this face. I've seen him farm like with all the man them. And then a little madness happened around my way. So now I'm thinking I can't even go back to farm. You know, it's long for me. If I go there, he clocks me. Now he would clock me, innit? So I'm like, yeah, I can't go back there. It's long. Agent's calling me to come back to the farm. I'm just airing him. He's leaving bare voicemails. Saying, what's going on with you? They want to sign you. They're ready to do all this. And I'm thinking I've got to go back to Broadwater Farm. Really, if I'd answered the phone and said, look, I had a madness down there. I can't come there. Like, bro, he didn't live there. You know, but in my mind, I'm saying, I just associated him with farm. Okay. So if I go there, I'm going to get into that sort of problem. Rare. So then I just aired him again, and just went on forward with the road, bro. That's it. Football stopped for the next 5 years.
So basically, had you had spoken out or had someone like talking to you that, you know, do you think everything from the West Ham to the Norwich, a lot of things would have been avoided? Would have been a completely different train journey. Definitely,
yeah, more than likely. Because at Norwich, they offered me at the time, we used to get offered a 2-year YT. So YT scholarship, and then you get a year pro. And they offered me a 1-year YT with a 2-year pro, which was unusual at the time. But they were feeling me, innit? They were on me still. Yeah, I was about to say no, Diddy. They were feeling me. Yeah, of course.
So you got offered. So basically, they offered you a 2-year. Basically, they offered you a 2-year professional contract.
Basically, yeah.
And you turned it down because
I did. Yeah, basically, yeah, more or less. Yeah. So it was a tough one still. Like as you get older, obviously you regret these things, but the journey's the journey, innit?
Sometimes you just gotta learn from your mistakes, innit?
100%, bro. 100%. Yeah, I had to learn to accept it. You know, like over time. To be fair, I didn't really understand what. Until I went to prison and come out after 5 years. I come out when I was 20 and I went to Wycombe. I done like football behind bars. Okay. That's when I met Ian Wright and all that. That's when I kind of like decided I wanted to change my life. And I decided that before the football thing came around, to be honest. The football thing was like a saving grace, you know, like give me something to just go and do. Yeah. And I come out and I've gone from prison cell to Wycombe Wanderers. They're in League One at the time.
Oh wow! Straight away.
Yeah, I'm staying in the digs there now. What I said I wouldn't do. You know, like I'm in the digs, but I'm living by myself. I'm training with bare players. Like, I'm training with players, professionals, and I'm like, well, I'm at training. You know, like I don't feel like a place. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, right, is this what life could have been? What my life is
Could
supposed
have
to have been like the last 5 years, rather than do what I did. When I got going training, just going home, or going gym, then going home, got the whole day to yourself. Like patted, like doing their thing. I remember speaking to my boy Jay at the time. Where was he? I think he was at like West Brom or something. I can't remember. And I'm going to him, what, is this what you've been doing? Like for the last 5, 6 years. Like, well, I'm in a job. Is this what it's like? Is this what it's like? You know, I'm like, oh my God. And that's when I kind of like, I saw it for what it was, innit? And then, even so, I didn't even get a deal there. I didn't get a deal there. It took me long to sign my first professional contract. It took 6 years later, 5 years later. So I went back into non-league, playing for all like the local, like Wolverhampton Forest, Romford, all these sort of teams. And then every year I just started like, gradually getting back up there. But yeah.
Which team was it that you signed your first professional contract?
Say that again?
Which team was it?
It was Maidenhead.
Maidenhead.
In the National League, yeah. It was Maidenhead in the National League. And that was my first, experience of full-time football, really.
Okay.
As a paid man. Because when I went to Wycombe, I experienced full-time football, but I wasn't getting paid. No, I mean, I was just there for vibes. No, I wasn't there for vibes. It was, you know what? It was a good experience still. It's a good experience. But at the time, the manager was Guy Willett. He was like, we're not in a position to kind of sign you. Like, we're fighting for relegation. You're not going to change the team at this point. Bad timing. You know, he's saying, listen, you got a bit though. Do it, like, keep pushing, do your thing and that. And then they sent me to, where they sent me? Hazy and Eden.
You've signed up Maidenhead, and what year is this? 2000?
I think it's 2017.
So that's after you got your international call up.
Yeah, I got that while I was at so I was at Maidenhead twice. No, I've been there 3 times.
Oh, 3.
But this was in my first spell under a different manager when I was in the south. I got that call up, and then I left there. I went to Havant, then Staines, and then I come back to Maidenhead when they was in the National League now.
Okay.
So is that 2.5 years later or 2 years later? So I think it's 2017-18 season or 2018-19 season. I'm not too sure.
How did the call up come about? Because obviously back then, not many people was taking that risk of going to represent their homeland country. Yeah. I think you're one of like the few that took that step, I think.
Do you know what? Yeah. It's funny because when I got the international call up, I also got England C call up.
Okay.
So it was like go play for England C or go and play for Montserrat. And I remember thinking, play for my country, man.
Catch some sun, bro.
I wasn't even thinking that, but I'm like, England C or my country, like,
yeah.
I play for my country, man. I was on an angry one. England C, man. At this point, look, if I was younger and I had a choice to play for them or England,
yeah,
when I was younger, maybe I would have picked England.
England, okay.
Yeah. But being older and understanding the dynamics,
represent your homeland country.
Maybe if they asked me at 25 or 25, do you play for England? I might still pick England. Based on what it could offer.
But it was England C and
I was like, it's a no-brainer, innit? I'd rather play for my country, innit? Type of thing. So when I play for them. But the call-up come around, it's mad because I see a few of my boys that I know on Instagram in the Caribbean somewhere talking about like representing Montserrat. I'm like, huh? Montserrat? I'm from Montserrat. So I must have jumped in the DM, you get me? Said, yo, what's going on? Look, how you get involved in this? Boom, pass on my number. I met the president. The president come to England. I met him in a hotel in
what, President of Montserrat?
Of the football.
Of the FA out there, FA, okay.
Yeah. He come to England and because obviously they're trying to recruit players. See them, everything was new to them. Recruitment, players, it was all a new thing.
That's what I'm saying, you guys are like the first batch.
Yeah, there was people before us, but I'd say the first at the level we brought it to, and that it is now. And met them in the hotel in Victoria. Bring your passport, like we need to check up everything. I met them, they just told me about the vision and what they're trying to build and all that. I said, I'm on board, you know what I mean? And then got my first call up. Yeah.
So basically, so you're playing for Montserrat. Like, how is it like? How do you compare obviously football league, non-league to like international ball. So you're playing with different sort of players. Like,
let me tell you, the difference is people think, especially like people that are playing football in England, they think everywhere else is rubbish, and I don't rate that. That's because it's a English ignorance, isn't it, or British ignorance, whatever you want to call it, based on the structure of the leagues, and we don't know. There's no coverage of all over there.
Yeah,
like over there, that's South America, the Caribbean. That's the football. That's the sort of culture of football. It's South American, and it's how they play. It's different. It's way more technical as well, and the difference you play. It depends on what country you play. In some countries, especially the smaller islands, they got a player like we played Aruba. They had a player playing in the Champions League with Trabzonspor.
Oh, serious?
And I mean, different
level. Yeah.
I don't know. See, this is another. I don't remember his name, but I see him as one of the best players I've played against. Like, he was crazy. Couldn't get the ball off him. It took 3-4 of us to get the ball off him. Like, no joke. You try and get the ball, you go that way. He just, the man that physically just above you. Yeah, couldn't get near him. But then the rest of his team now, they're not nowhere near his level, and they're not necessarily at our level. Do you get what I'm saying? And then you come up against a team like Curacao. They got a couple man playing in the Prem, couple man in the Eredivisie. But do you know any players in the Eredivisie? No. Unless they play for Ajax, you might know them. Yeah. PSV, you might know them.
It's not Ajax.
Do you get what I'm saying? But then they got men that are playing in their main league there, but for a team you don't know, you've never heard of them. You're looking at him like, you man are jokers that you play over there. Like, you don't even know that this guy plays in Holland in their Prem basically, and then play against them. They're cold. You know what I mean? We played against who did we play against? Like Trinidad, for example.
Oh yeah, they're being very solid.
Oh, like I don't know none of the players.
No, is that a striker?
They're cold. They're playing.
Cameron Jones.
They're playing in big leagues, but the MLS. A lot of them are come from the MLS. They're playing somewhere in France, playing somewhere in some country somewhere. Even like we play at El Salvador, yeah, cold. Yeah. Players are cold. Where do they play? They play in the Premier League in El Salvador. We're never gonna hear about a Premier League in El Salvador. You know what I'm saying? We don't really hear much about El Salvador. If they're not doing big on the world stage, we're not going to know about them, innit? We're only going to know about Argentina, all the people that are doing well in the World Cup, do you know what I'm saying? But like, you play against these players and you're like, you can't get nowhere near. They're sick, bro. They're cold. It's tough still. It's tough. We've had Dominican Republic. They're decent. We got the better of them a few times. Over the amount of times we play them, we're probably winning. You
ever played against like the top sides like Brazil, Argentina?
No. So in terms of playing, like how you get to play against teams like that, it's all a ranking thing. So for example, we played El Salvador. After we played them, we was on the plane to Miami. I was sitting next to their goalkeeper. Them men are on the way to go and play Brazil in a friendly. We just played. I'm like, huh? You gotta play me, man. And then man, like, what? He said, yeah, boy. Like, you know when you look at the team sheet after, it's just all the boys that you played against. They're playing against Neymar and all them bad boys, and I'm like, right, like we're not that far away from it. You know what I mean? But we're bottom ranked. We're low ranked. Yeah, we basically just started. But to get a friendly against a team like that, your rank needs to be high.
Neymar, Thiago Silva, that team was
long. They only lost 4-0 or something like that.
Okay, so humble defeat.
So like, if we played them, we might have only lost 7-0. Because we lost 3-0 to them. So
okay, you know what? I commend you for making that choice for playing for Montserrat, because it does show like there's more than one route into playing for a national team, and you've kind of inspired like people that are still in the national league and lower leagues to be called up for their mother countries and represent their families basically.
Yeah, not even just man in the lower leagues. The champ man, they're never gonna play for England. There's man in the Prem that are never gonna play for England.
It's harsh reality.
It's the harsh reality. I saw a stat the other day. There's only, I think when Kobe Mainoo got his cap here, on the caps, it's got a number on the cap.
I think it was like 1,000.
It's 1,000 something and 32 something like that, yeah, or 1,200 or something like that. That's the amount of people that's ever played for England.
Yeah, it's a very niche club still.
That's mad.
And when you count the amount
There's
of players,
millions. There's 9 million people in London.
I just think about the teams.
The whole of Great Britain, or Britain rather, or England. Your chances of playing for England are very slim, you know.
Very.
Very slim. How many boys play for the 15, 16, 17s, 18s?
Because you got guys like Mark Noble that's never been called up.
They win the World Cup for that age group.
Yeah.
They win all the cups. They never play for England. Do you get what I'm saying? They just don't. They might not get a chance in their Prem team. So then they have to go to the champ. And then they just end up settling in the champ. So they don't ever get a look in the England team. Do you get what I'm saying? Loads of players. This happened to loads of players. And so now with like them pumping money into the Caribbean football, because there was no Caribbean football realistically. Now they're pumping money now, and they're seeing these journeys and all these boys going on. Because even like this World Cup coming, there's going to be a small either Caribbean, South American country in the World Cup. You know, like FA Cup story.
Yeah.
They get a small team that goes up quite far. Yeah. There's going to be one of those in the World Cup because they've changed the format. And because it's over there in America, they're hosting, they got like America, Mexico, who else? Canada. They got to buy into the cup.
Okay.
Because they're hosting. So that's 3 places for the Caribbean
Up
and
for
the
grabs.
South American CONCACAF up for grabs. Those 3 places are just for them, not anyone else. So that's extra 3 places. So this time round, there's gonna be someone in there representing.
You reckon you're gonna take your country there?
You got a chance, innit? You got a chance. So it's you know, you're up against it. You're talking about a country that's populated in Montserrat. There's 5,000 people there.
Okay.
And the rest of them are scattered around the world. You know what I'm saying? So you're playing against people with 6 million people in their country, 10 million, 5 million, where football is their number 1 sport.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Montserrat, the number 1 sport in football is cricket.
Okay. Yeah.
The most Caribbean islands, cricket, you know what I mean?
Brian Lara and them and
Yeah, you get me? So it's tough, man. It's tough. But listen, you're in it, we're in it. And let's see how it goes from there.
Just talking about the FA Cup journeys, you've had one memorable run in it with Boreham Wood.
Boreham Wood, yeah.
How was that feeling?
That was crazy still. Yeah, that was crazy. I think that's probably the first time I felt like,
Get the ball.
I've done what I always set out to do. I achieved my goal type of thing. That was like the pinnacle, you know, like it was satisfying because it's like, oh, this is what I ever wanted. You know, like, because I was playing against a Premier League team.
So I remember seeing an interview when he beat Bournemouth, and you could see it in her face, like you were close to tears, but
bro,
it's happy tears. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro, it's everything tears. You know, but you know, on TV,
You ain't really done an interview like that, and then he's asking you questions. You're just your mind's full of butterflies right now. You know what I'm saying?
It's mad, bro. I can see the stars, bro. I can just see stars. You know what? They set me up that interview still because the interview stopped. We finished the interview, but they still had the camera running. I don't know about this sort of stuff. It's like earlier when we were speaking earlier, I'm like, is the camera recording? You know what I know that, you get me? And I had an off-camera conversation with him as far as I was concerned. But the camera was still on. So like, if you remember the end of it, and I'm like, I'm taking a deep breath, like, bro,
just as soon as you walk off,
I was like, oh my God, like, that was mad. Like, for the experience, you get me? And then he didn't even tell me that it was on or anything like that. And then when I saw the interview, I was like, huh? But you know what? It made for good TV. It was natural, innit? It was genuine. So like,
your phone's going off, Twitter's going off.
Yeah, it was long.
WhatsApp groups.
It was long. But yeah, it was a memorable run, man. And like I said, that was like, I felt like I achieved what I set out to do. I guess because I got to play against a Premier League team. You know what I mean? And like that was very fulfilling. Still, that was very fulfilling. Yeah, it was a memorable run. It was good. It was a good one.
Because obviously for the youngsters out there, obviously you've like cemented your spot as one of a, can't say non-league legend. Your name rings bells. Talk to them like.
You know what? Yeah. Regarding
non-league, because obviously some people still disregard and say, like they'll get released from, let's say, West Ham. Yeah. Like, I'm not going non-league, man. That's dead. That's, you know.
I guess, you know what? There was a time it was dead. There was a time. I'll tell you what is dead for me. 23s football's dead. Okay, you're at Tottenham in the 23s team. Are you gonna play for Tottenham? What's your pathway? Are they telling you that we're trying to get you into the squad? And are they doing it? You would know, innit? You're there. So you know if you're there or if you're not. But what happens is boys will stay playing 23s football. The problem with that is when you get released from 23s football, a lot of clubs won't take you because you ain't playing men's football.
You're inexperienced. Yeah.
You're inexperienced. So then you might have to drop to a level that's mad for you. Totally different now. You're coming in, there's no kit, you're wearing different size, different colour, like it's all mad. Like, you know, when you're in the academy, everything's done for you. Your baby really.
Your baby, boy.
You know what I'm saying? And you're spoon fed, as you like to say. When you come into that real world of football, when you come down to them lower levels, all that's gone, man. All that's gone, and that's tests your character. Like, I played with a boy this year. He got released from Millwall. He was there today. He was there from 9 until he's 21 now. And he got released. The season gone. This is his first season in men's football, and it didn't really go the way he wanted it to. He's a very good player, in my opinion, but for whatever reason, it didn't quite work for him. Whether it was someone else's fault, his or whatever, it's irrelevant. It didn't work for him. But I remember hearing him talking about, like, I want to quit. I want to quit football. This ain't for me. Like, and I said to him, you know what? This is going to be the hardest year you've ever had in football. I'm like, I'm 35. This is my hardest year in football.
Wow.
So, and I've seen it. I've been there. I've had my career. Like, you're just started. I was like, bro, it gets way better than this. If you have another situation like this, you're very unlucky. But now you know how to navigate through it. Do you get what I'm saying? So, like, my advice to, like, boys dropping out of them sort of clubs, or even boys that ain't even reached them heights in them academies, 23s, like, non-league, you get seen, you know. You get seen. Like, when I was growing up, bare players got missed. How much man I know that were cold and got missed because they weren't in the right place. Now, everyone's a scout. You can't get missed. The social media, you can't get missed. Just graft, man. Don't give up on your dream. Like, I think my dream was gone. It was done. Was playing in the Premier League. Yeah. Going to prison and all that kind of ruined that for me. But then I used to be like, I love football though, man. Like, okay, I'm not going to play in the Prem, but what about still becoming a pro? You know what I mean? And then realise that playing in the Premier League isn't just, that's only if you play in the Premier League, you're a footballer. And that's what a lot of people think. But the reality isn't. You're playing full-time in the National League, getting a full-time money, getting paid more than man in League 2, League 1 certain time. And money you can earn and go and have a good life with, you know what I'm saying? So, like, don't give up, man. Just, if you love it, you have to dedicate yourself. You have to give it 100%. You give it 80%, you're giving yourself a big chance for you not to get where you want to go. You know what I'm saying? But just, don't give up, man. You get released, on to the next one. You know what a big one is? Don't take things personal. You know what I'm saying? What happens is a lot of time we blame other people for why it didn't go the way we wanted it to go. Yeah. I'll tell you what, if you was that player at that time, they'll have you. They'll have you. Trust me. You get guys that are that player but have the total wrong attitude. So then the manager doesn't want him around, even though he's better than everyone else. Because you're not that good to have you here and absolutely go against everything I value as a manager to have you here. You're not that good. You're not going to win me everything. You know what I'm saying? So they'll rather get rid of you. They'll rather get rid of you. They don't want the challenge, innit? Why would they? They come to work. They didn't come to babysit you. You know what I mean? And a lot of these managers that are managing, they can't relate to us. I think it's getting better now, because if you look now, there's more men than are getting pushed through football now. It's just about ability. Even if you're, I don't know. So I look at someone like Jadon Sancho. I think, publicly, he was struggling with something. I don't know him personally. I don't know the story, but I'm only going from what I can see. At Man United, wrong environment for him. The manager didn't really understand him. He doesn't relate to him. And he don't fit into what the manager wants. What did he do? He was stressed, goes to media, all them sort of things. I know this is a different scale, but it's a good example. He's moved on from there and gone to Borussia Dortmund. Look how he's going on now. You know what I'm saying? So it's about environment. It's about your environment as well. because like it's important. Being in the right place is very important to it. So yeah, man. But like my advice to them is not to give up, man. Don't take things personal, and just keep working. And there's a chance, a very high chance, that you are not going to achieve what it is you wanted to achieve. And if you think that, so if you're hearing this now and you're like, oh, it's long then, bro, just forget about it. Do you know what I'm saying? You gotta be like, nah, that's that little small chance. I will fight for as long as I can just for that little small chance. That's what I done, and I managed to do it. And I got I'd say a short professional career, but I got to have one. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? And now I'll be leaving football knowing that I actually got a chance to do it and I achieved my dream. So, yeah, don't give up. Don't give up. And if like I said, if that little small chance, if you're not willing to risk it all for that, then it won't happen for you.
Because obviously, like now, like you're coming towards at the end of your career. What's your next step? Are you going to management, agent?
I get asked this question a lot. I'd love to stay in football. The right opportunity has to, present itself, whether it be a player coach or something like that. Agency, done a bit of that sort of agent sort of stuff, but I wouldn't say I have a knack for being an agent. Look, you had Atch is an agent. You know what I'm saying?
Special ant.
You know what I mean? And but yeah, I'd love to stay in and around football. I'd love to have some sort of involvement in football. I think I probably got probably another year or two. Everyone says, "Oh, you could play for longer," but me personally, I don't think I want to. You know what I mean? Like my son's 9 now.
Okay, yeah, like, he's next up.
He's next up. Like I can't on Saturdays. I can't really focus on him because I've got football. You know what I mean? And then I can't take him football this day because I've got training in the evening. All that sort of stuff.
Okay.
So like, and yeah, man, I put so much into it. I feel like this isn't me saying I'm done now, but I'm not. I don't want to play till I'm 39. I'm 35. I'm 36 this year. I think another 2 good years and I'm good still. Yeah.
Is there anything outside of football that you're like that you've always wanted to do or looking to do?
Do you know what? Yeah, I'll be so honest. Nah. I was a kid that I just wanted to play football. Football.
That's it.
And then I remember that Boreham Wood year, I remember Jamal Fifield, I used to say to him, Jamal, like, we always used to say before training, boys, best job in the world. Fucking hell. Like, this morning, it's 9:30 in the morning, we're all about to play football for work. Like, we used to say it for every training session. We had an older group as well. Everyone would be like, fucking hell, we're about to play football. Like, madness.
Tyrone Marsh played for you guys, isn't it?
Yeah, he's still there.
Okay.
And he's got a mad knuckle shot still.
Yeah, he was like, FC as well.
Yeah, silly. And I remember one time in this train, I'm saying to him, bro, like, what are we gonna do when this all stops? Like, we fall back because we're the same age. It's like, yeah, man, I'm doing this X, Y, and Z. He's sort of going into like the presenting side of football and all that. And I'm just like, bro, I've actually got to think about that. I'm not gonna play football soon,
Yeah.
Like, lucky for me, before I turned pro, I was a gas engineer.
Okay, so you're all right.
Is that a goal of mine? Not necessarily, but it's work, innit? You know what I mean? But yeah, I started a business to work with young adults.
Giving back to the community.
Yeah, coming from the street, coming from prison, whether you're into ball or not, trying to get them into work and stuff. So like, I'm at the infancy stage of that, and kind of hard to get funding at the moment. But we've got to persevere.
Yeah, I was going to touch on that because you did quite a few prison visits to try and give back in that sense as well. Yeah, that's where you've come from as well.
Do you know what? I still get them sort of phone calls now to come to prisons. I got invited to do a talk at some seminar. I was getting invited to come and speak in front of some politicians, some professors and all that about rehabilitation. Because I'd done football behind bars and I was a direct result of doing that program to then coming out and becoming a professional, there's a lot of, they always want to ask me questions and all this sort of stuff. So I've done some some talking for the Ministry of Defence and stuff like that.
Oh, right.
Been put in some different sort of communities, you know what I mean? So like, I don't know, maybe that's where my journey after football will lie, you know what I'm saying? Because that's my experience, innit? That's my experience. But yeah.
No, that's the story is just your story is it's fascinating still, especially for the new generation. And I think this is going to be a good story for them, I'll be honest. Yeah,
man, the road's long. The road's long. A lot of them will see they'll have a friend at an academy now. Like I said, the man them ain't getting missed now.
Yeah, that's the good thing.
The ends off, they're here. Now, if you look at all the coaches, they all look like us now.
Yeah, it's the man them nine.
It weren't like that, but back then there was no one representing us.
Yeah, there was no one.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like even like my son's team that is at now, Neural Pathway. The coach works with well, he's at Charlton now. He's at Leighton Norwich, but like he's the same age as me, but he lives on 2 roads away from me. My son can't get missed. How? Do you get what I'm saying? We've got all these local community teams, yeah, that you're paying your money to go to, but the standard's high, and they're pushing all these kids into academies. You know what I mean? So that, yeah, man, the road is long, man. If you don't see yourself there in 30 years, that's not who you want to be, where you want to be. Just forget it. And if you do convince yourself that's what you want, I promise you it ain't what you want.
Never.
Yeah. It's a lot.
Boy, ladies and gentlemen, this is the famous Adrian Clifton. Wait, you got anything more to add? Because I'm...
Nah, man, this was a special episode, man. Appreciate you for coming down.
Thanks for having me.
We didn't even do half of like your life story, bro. There's a lot more. You're very. There's a deep story book there to be told, innit? But maybe he releases a book one day. Maybe you can read that, you know.
We'll see. There's some talks about it, guys.
Sorry, yeah.
I don't know if that happens. We'll see, innit?
You should do it.
We'll see.
But ladies and gent, this is the BV Sports Show. To my left, I got the 0161 Dre.
Hey man, thank you for having me on.
And once again, thanks again, special guest Adrian for coming on. Shout out to Justin for putting this.
Big up Justin. He can't play chess.
Saudi FC.
Yeah, Saudi FC.
So everyone, like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, wicked.